What, do not disturb mode?
Oh my God, yes. Bro, I never use that shit.
I mean, I use it like every
Nonstop.
day.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, my phone goes in do not disturb from like 9 to 11 because that's typically session time. And I mean, people be texting me.
Nobody fucking likes me, so don't nobody text me. Shit.
Everybody's texting me during a session, so I keep my phone then, and then 9 o'clock at night, it's nighttime, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be texting me.
Yeah, I don't get that. But the issue is all the damn group text now.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I'm in the gym and I have my headphones, it's literally the only reason I do it is because I'm in the gym with my headphones on trying to work out. And then I'm getting so-and-so said, and it's nonstop.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Do not disturb.
It works. It helped when I was cutting grass the other day, too. I know you can't ever say that because you've never done that before. What is that like?
I've cut grass before.
And how old were you?
16 through 17, maybe 14.
Oh, wow.
But
A whole year, a hard time?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, like, I got
cut it
stung
like
by yellow
5
jackets and everything cutting grass before. I've been there.
Wow, so
I've been around.
PTSD against colorful insects? I'm just telling you. I mean.
I have no comeback to that.
Oh, I know. There's nothing you can say other than, yeah, you're right. I definitely should do more outdoor activities. It's fine. You got you. Okay.
Again, like words I want to say, but I'm on a podcast. I can't.
No, you're not on a podcast right now just because it's recorded.
Yeah,
doesn't mean
but
we're on a podcast.
you'll sneaky link in there and
Sneaky link? I don't think you know what that means for sure.
That was definitely the wrong context of that phrase.
Not the wrong context, it's just the whole wrong phrase.
But
Context would be like you used it.
You'll go back in and you'll cut these little pre-recording sections, and these will what gets posted, and I look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not using AI, meaning like it's you saying it.
I know, I'm just that.
It's just what I mean. You say shit. I put it online.
But the world doesn't have to know.
Oh no, they know.
They don't
Trust
have
me,
to.
Anybody that knows. They know. Oh, I said no. I didn't even mean the nose thing. You gonna mess up your makeup? Be looking like Rudolph over here, bro. It ain't not the vibe. Not Christmas. Summer.
It's hot.
Does Rudolph have a summer version?
Yeah,
like
it's
Randolph. Or something. It's not funny. It's fine. All right. I guess we should work.
No.
Okay.
You said that there were some parts that you wanted me to say.
Yeah. So, okay. Because I have not quite really figured this out. Like, I typed it all out, but that doesn't mean that I'm there, right? I don't want to have to just try to read off of this, but it's going to be really tough to do it. We're just going to have to kind of freeball it. That's probably not the right.
No, go on with yourself. Go on.
It's fine. I edit this.
Yeah, edit yourself for all the good parts and keep me in the, I'm just there for the comedy. I'm the comic relief in this situation.
Unintentional comic relief. I'm the funny one.
No, you're not.
I think
you don't even have dad jokes.
You are correct. I don't know. I thought Randolph as a reindeer was a pretty solid dad joke. We only missed Father's Day by a day. That would have been pretty epic yesterday. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right. So when we get to that part.
Which part?
I'm trying to explain it to you. So when we get down to where I was saying like the term, and I just put ERC because I just want to type it back out.
No, I know what you mean.
But at the bottom of that, where that I just moved it down and put it in parentheses.
Even the mental gymnastics.
I really need that to be like a you thing because the idea there was I'm talking about escape, reset, conquer. So I'm just kind of walking through what that is, right? And if you want to do that, that's fine. You can do this entire thing. That it was just really important for you to.
God, you hate me so much in that moment. Yes, it's really important for me to say. It's important for me to say those.
You're sitting here like, hey, what did you want me to talk about? And I'm telling you, and then you're like, oh, let me.
Well, I realized the label was
when we're in the middle of something. It's not going to be seen, I don't think. I don't know. I have to get up and look. All right, so to finish, I mean, you can talk about that whole thing. I don't want you reading. I don't want to read, so it's going to be tough because some of this is the way that I had written it was if I were writing and not speaking because it's not.
No, it's very first.
Because I don't want to be like the term, you know, blah, 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 blah for
nothing wrong with
escaping
that.
day-to-day.
No, it's good.
But the day-to-day negative self-talk, the bullshit, you know, the reset is the session. You're going to rewire your brain. It's going to help clean out the mental hoarding that you've done throughout your life. And then, or I'll just say the hoarding, or you can say the hoarding. But the whole point is just to sort of describe what that is, but in more than just one term. I think that's where I was going with that paragraph. I didn't want to say, like, escape, meaning escape the bad situation. It's like, hey, escape could be anything. I mean, and we can sit and just go through that, you know. Escape is anything. That's everything from, you know, escaping just everyday mom life. You know, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're, you know, career-driven and still a mom, but you're having to get away from all these different things.
You're juggling too much. You need a break.
Right. Maybe you're just in a really terrible relationship and you need that, you know, you're needing this, okay? Mm-hmm. Or you're the high-powered CEO who is used to having to be the one talking at all times and always the one in charge. That's stressful. So something like that, that's just where I was going with that. And you're welcome to jump in on any of that. The biggest thing that I wanted was just like in the end result, or I was like in the end, that reset and rewiring will give you the tools to conquer all things. And then it was just, I assumed that I would say that whole thing, but I don't want to just read. I really want this to still feel like a podcast. You know, and then let's see. I think the growth comes from embracing vulnerability. I think the growth that comes from embracing vulnerability is something that gets overlooked.
Oh, for sure.
So I like that. I really liked that one. And then I think you could talk about, you know, being naked in front of strangers and how intimidating that is in itself. And needing the right studio, the right environment. So, I mean, you can keep the phone, you know, up here. It's fine. I'm not that concerned. We'll see. So, all right. I say we jump in. Let me give a double check and make sure everything is recording. Stop anything. That one's go and that one looks fine.
Is the product placement there?
That one's good. And that one's good. All right. Yeah, kind of. All right. We in? We good? Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
I didn't like that. Can we start again?
No. So, anyways, we are back again. Yeah, I'm leaving that one in specifically for this. I don't have a good intro. I haven't figured this out. Like,
Same.
I don't need like music or some sort of animation, but then I'm like, hey, you probably should. So
I feel like it would be better instead of me just having to like do a hi or a hello or a hey there, how's it going? Like, can we just jump in and start talking?
No.
No.
And just to intro ourselves, we are Justin and Rachel Ellison. We own Elevation Boudoir, located in downtown, beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We are a what? You're looking at me weird.
No, I'm letting you.
She gave me a look, and it was just kind of like you sound like a car salesman.
No, you said beautiful, and I'm like, oh, it is beautiful today. It's been raining for 6 days straight, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to rain later today. But as of right now, it is very beautiful outside.
Well, it is. We are a full-service exclusive boudoir studio, meaning this is all that we do. We are one of the very few in the state of Alabama that focus solely on this type of photography, meaning we do not earn income any other way.
No, it is straight boudoir.
Which is funny. I was thinking the other day, I was like, the more we talk about boudoir, I was like, I'm waiting for somebody to start making fun of the way we say it.
Well, I mean, okay, it is French. You are supposed to say more like boudoir. However,
not pretentious.
We are in the South, and while we don't claim ourselves to be rednecks, we're still pretty Southern.
Oh, we're not rednecks for damn certain. However,
we do say boudoir.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Porsche and Porsche.
Okay, yeah.
It just depends on who you talk to, but I'm like, I cannot for the life of me say Porsche. I can't.
Porsche.
No,
but, at least we don't say it like Boudoir or...
Yeah. There's been plenty of those. I get a lot of spouses, a lot of husbands that'll come in and be like, oh, those Boudoir sessions. And I even have past clients that like really know and understand this that call it. I'm like, I don't even know.
I just let them say however they feel freely to say it.
So, anyways, today we are back for episode 3, and we are discussing why Boudoir.
Why Boudoir?
Well, I took a bunch of notes, so I'm going to be referring to my notes today. I'm going to do my best.
We're also going to do our best to keep it under the time frame here.
It's not looking good.
No, we're already like, as you called it, free balling. So
it was not what I meant in the time. Okay, whatever. We'll move past it.
Yeah.
Look, nobody has to see that because I'm the one that does the edits.
So you have to leave my little hi in there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm leaving everything.
All right.
It's staying.
But why Boudoir?
For us, like I said, we've done this now for 6 years. We are coming up on 6 full years of doing this full time without any sort of career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is really crazy. I remember back in 2020, October of 2020 when we went full time at this, to think of where we were then versus where we are now.
So scary back then, but now it's just, we can't see ourselves doing anything other than, which is why we only do Boudoir, but yeah.
Well, I think it's important, I talked about this in the last episode of just finding that thing that really matters to you, going all in on it, and giving it everything you've got. Because this is one of those types of photography where it can make or break you, which is kind of leads me into what we were going to talk about today. And, I think that when you start looking for a boudoir photographer, one of the very first things you're going to notice is everybody says the same 3 words or the same 3 things.
Similar themes.
But it's, I say self-love because I'm like, well, that's technically 2 words. That's what caught me up on that one. But
hyphenated.
You see empowerment, confidence, and self-love. And I feel like that's great if you're 2 weeks into this and unimaginative or...
Be your own beautiful you.
I hate these terms. I hate the just basic general nature of them. For us, and actually, if you're watching the video stream of this, Rachel's actually wearing the shirt. But our words are... I'm going to read them.
That's okay. So I'm holding the shirt up.
No, it's fine. You're good. It's escape, reset, and conquer. And we get asked, what does that really mean? And for us, I think that's everything. And I think that in one way or another, you can sum up almost every reason that you could ever want to do this just into those 3 words.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
We have clients come from across the country. We're very, very fortunate. It's kind of mind-blowing that we're here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and people are willing to fly across the country to work with us. But I think that, that just shows the importance of what this is. I don't know a single person that's ever traveled anywhere for family photos. If you have, you were traveling and you found a family photographer in the area.
Maybe like 2.5 hours. But yeah, I don't know anybody who's traveled more than that. And the only reason why I even know people travel that far is they're photographers looking for other photographers. So That's kind of a little special case in itself.
Well, I think there's hundreds of reasons that you could do a boudoir session. I really don't think that anything is wrong, even all the way down to the pettiness of just, I'm trying to get back at my ex and I want sexy photos.
Pop off, girl.
Yeah, you're still going to gain a completely new perspective. And I think that that's what is most important to me about this is that, you're going to gain a perspective in such a short time that very few people ever get to. It's one thing when you're achieving this long-term goal and there's all this growth and all these things that are involved in that. But when you are just simply able to book a session, go through those different stages, right? A lot of the different fears and things that you kind of have to overcome. You're
the
going to have to...
nerves, yeah.
Right, 100%. You're going to have to overcome that. You're going to have to show up. But just by the end of that one day, you're going to have a completely new perspective of yourself, your life, and really, I think, what you're wanting out of life after that. But for us, I think, the term, we talk about escape, reset, and conquer. I think that it's escaping the negativity, right? It's the day-to-day, and that can be anything. That can be just simply being a mom, being overworked. That could be career-driven. That could be, unfortunately, in some cases, that's bad relationships. That's sometimes as simple as just negative self-talk.
We hear a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm not made for boudoir. Okay, well, you know, why are you boxing yourself in a label? Are you a mom? Are you a coworker? Are you a boss? Are you a female? Are you like whatever? Like everybody needs a day to escape. And kind of like what you were saying, you know, your mom, you have 2 kids and your house is full of laundry, chores, whatever, or you're the career woman and you're taking care of all your employees, or you're having to do both. I mean, it's hard, it's tough, it's a mental struggle just being able to, you know, have that day where you can just let go and let loose.
Right. 100%. And I think that, you know, when we talk about the reset, right, that's the day of the session. That is rewiring your brain. That's getting rid of all of this negative hoarding of just bullshit that you've filled yourself with in your life, right? Mm-hmm. That's literally anything. But you're able to come in here. You're taking one perspective of yourself or one perspective of your life. You can come in here. You're taking a day. You're getting awesome hair and makeup done by Rachel, by the way.
I hope. I toot my own horn, but I really hope y'all like the looks I create. I mean,
you do. I think you do.
I love doing makeup for people. So,
which is
well, you know, and so many of our clients, they don't wear makeup. You know, they're too busy. They don't have time to sit there in the mornings and do it for themselves every single day. Or they work in a, you know, maybe an industry that's kind of more male dominated, and they don't want to get dressed up or fancy. And you know, or maybe it is the person who, again, back to that businesswoman. Maybe they're flawless every day. They wake up, they put on all the makeup, do all the hair stuff, but they're tired of having to do it themselves. They want somebody else to take care of them, pamper them for the day.
Yeah, agreed. And you've done a great job of that with all of the stuff, you know, between the hair and the makeup, the outfit styling. I mean, this is stuff that, you know, I'm thankful that we have you. I say that we, because, I mean, you have you because you exist without me.
Thankful for you, too.
But, you know, when we think about how many people come in and you're there to, like, coach them through the right outfit, you know, finding the right thing to fit their body type as to what they're looking for, mm-hmm. right? It doesn't, one thing doesn't just fit everybody perfectly, and a lot of people come in and they have different objections, and they have a different thing where they're like, hey, I struggle with this, I don't love this, I don't like this part of my body, or, you know, anything, and you're very quick to say, okay, well, like, this is the body type, right? You have more of like a square shape or like more rectangle.
You got broad shoulders, right. You got a long torso, like, those are all things that after 6 years, confidently, I know what to put you in.
Exactly. And you have the right thing for that right person, which is why we have so many outfits, right? I mean, that's why we have 600 plus outfits of all the different sizes. But I love that that's part of that experience. And for most people, that's one of the more intimidating aspects, right? It's mm-hmm. like, I couldn't imagine having to do this and go to a studio that doesn't have all these outfits, because you don't really know. I mean, if you know, some people kind of just get it, right? They just find the right thing. They know what works for them and what doesn't. But very few women wear lingerie anymore.
I mean, I was never a lingerie person. I mean, 6 years ago, you would ask me, I would not have owned one piece. And, I mean, still don't really personally. Obviously, we have the huge client closet. But now, I mean, I can look at an outfit online and know what person is going to wear that based off of body shape, size, whatever you want to call it. And I know if it's going to photograph beautifully or not. Like, I mean, again, with the experience of doing this for 6 years, you just know what's going to work and what's not going to work. And a lot of people who've never worn lingerie, period, they don't know if they need something that's a one piece, a two piece, strappy, leather, whatever. They don't know what works for them unless they're going to sit there and try everything on. And most people don't have the accessibility to do that. So having a space with multiple options for you to just play dress up.
Well, that's a good part, right? That's part of that reset. I think mm-hmm. for a lot of people, that's kind of the fun part of this. It's just coming in, having your hair and makeup mm-hmm. done professionally. And for a lot of women, it's for the first time, mm-hmm. right? They may have done the wedding, they may have done something like that, but beyond those two, for most women, that's a first, right? Being able to, as you said, kind of be able to play dress up, find the different outfits, right? That's the fun part. But then to come in and do something where I think a lot of people will tell us, you know, well, I don't know how to pose, right? I don't know how to look sexy. I don't know how to do all that. Well, Nobody does. That's why you come here. We got you. Like, that's what we do. I mean, you didn't know these things.
No.
That's another funny thing is when we first did this, I mean, neither of us knew what the hell we were doing when we started. I think that maybe there's this misconception that, you know, we just understood everything, but I mean, we sucked.
No, I mean,
Awful.
we did a lot of education and
We went through
workshops
so much
and-
of this stuff, but it was also learning each and every single person, right? After you've shot over 900 women, you know, you get a feel for things. But I think that people, you come into it and you think, okay, well, I'm going to have to do all this stuff. Well, it's really not. This is really simple because it kind of turns into sort of a Simon Says, right?
the most fun version of Simon Says.
I'm always telling, you know, people exactly what we need, right? And I tell you in my little, I call it my pre-flight speech, but we always say, like, we're going to tell you every single thing. I'm going to coach you from head to toe.
I'm going to roll around on the floor and bend exactly so you can see, and I'm going to over-exaggerate so you can see exactly where I need you to bend at.
Yeah, and then we're going to put you down there. We're going to get the light right. We're going to do all the things. We take care of that. That's why you come to a full-time exclusive photographer like this, and that's all part of that reset. It's like no matter what you have had going on before you walk in the studio, you're going to forget about it while you're here.
Truth.
I think that
Every
alone,
time. Yeah.
I think that alone is worth investing in yourself to do this. I forget. It's so funny because
It's
no matter what we have going on outside of here, I mean, we've had some rough times, you know, just various things, just as life is, and we come into work and just forget. Like, it's our favorite part of the day, and if we don't shoot for a few days, you start to kind of miss. You know, and sometimes it's again, this is almost therapeutic for us in a weird way.
Oh, for sure.
But we're getting to do what we love to do.
Yeah.
Right? This is the fun thing. This is the fun part. This is that, as they call the crab meat. The rest of it's just a whole lot of fucking work.
Look, a lot of y'all, I don't really know if y'all understand this about photographers, but taking photos is only 10% of the job. So it is the crab meat, really.
In what we do, I'd almost say it's like 5%. I mean,
But,
we're getting
when
caught
you
up in
break
made-up
down
statistics, but
the other business things, the accounting, the customer service, the ordering products or shopping for the closet, re-upping supplies in the makeup cart, all the social media, marketing, advertising, running ads, making sure that we're posting daily. Like, that is so much of the job that being in the session, that's my fun part.
right. Oh, it's 100%. But when we talk about the session, that reset that happens here, once you see your images, which you're going to see your images same day, and I know that we talk about this every day, but I still have people that book with us that have no idea that we do same day image reveal. You'll have your images when you leave the studio.
Yep.
We require prepayments, so there's not and pretty much 95% of our clients upgrade. People will prepay for a lower collection, and then they'll upgrade their image reveal. If it came into a situation where we allowed a post-session payment plan, you would get the images that you paid for before you came in. I try to let you leave
still
for
leave with something. You don't leave with nothing. Yeah.
But just to clarify that on that, but when you leave with those images, I cannot tell you how many women, I laugh and I'm also like, okay, drive your fucking car. But I cannot tell you how many women drive to us from 2, 3, 4 hours away pretty much every week. If I shoot 5 people that week, at least 2 of them are driving 3 to 4 hours, with one person usually flying and then the rest are local. But those people will text us 30 minutes after their session driving down the road. I cannot stop looking at my images. And I'm like, how about
Please stop looking at them. Please drive home.
Just drive.
Make home safe. Then look at them. Look all you want.
Yeah.
Scroll for days after you're home safe.
I laugh, but like I get it because it's almost one of those things where having done this and been on the other side of the camera, sometimes you're almost afraid that they're going to go away. Like, was that too good to be true? Did that happen? And it's so stupid.
I get it. I've done that. I have had that same. But
Right.
it's that this can't be me. I can't look like that. Like, there's no way. But obviously, we put you in that blue outfit and we put you on that brown couch, and you're looking at an image of you in a blue outfit on a brown couch. It has to be you. There's no other way. But, I mean, you know, again, going back to those people who need the day, whether whatever aspect of their life, my mind's starting to jumble a little bit. I'm sorry. But we have a lot of clients who, you know, are weight loss, or, you know, they had the boyfriend, you know, broke up and got the revenge, whatever body. Now they're making the ex look mad, or whatever I'm trying to say. My brain, sorry. But I'm struggling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why I'm not good at podcast. This is real. But, you know, the body dysmorphia is such a huge thing. So when they, you know, book their session and they were at X part in their life, and then 6 months later when they had their session and they lost the weight, or they did the thing, or they got the boobs, or whatever it was that, you know, made them happy and hit that milestone, and then they're seeing those images, it really is kind of hard to put like, oh, I used to look like this and now I look like this. I can look like this whenever I want because this is who I am now. It is that reset in that mind of, my mind isn't telling me I look like this. I know for sure I now look like this.
I agree. Yeah. I had, you know, we had talked a little bit about weight loss, which is a really interesting one. We get a lot of weight loss clients, especially over the last year, which is great. I love just the outlook that these women have when they come in here. I think there's this misconception that you know, no matter what the weight is, right, you lose a significant amount of weight, that you immediately just love yourself and you're so happy, right? And I'm here to tell you, in a lot of situations, that's bullshit. Because what ends up happening, and I had no idea until we started doing this, until we started seeing women day after day after day who had lost 100 pounds, 200 pounds, or even more, that they still saw themselves the same way. And it's awful because, I mean, it really is. That's like true body dysmorphia. It's not just some random,
I'm bloated,
like, oh, I just
now
don't.
I'm not.
Yeah, I just don't like how I look. Whatever. No, that's like a true body dysmorphia thing, right? They're still seeing that version of themselves. They're seeing this old person that's gone, that no longer exists. But that mirror is lying to you. Whatever you're seeing there, and I love when they come in here because this is that time visually where we're able to bridge the gap. We're able visually to. For a lot of those women, for the first time, they're seeing something that somebody else did, right? I think that Boudoir itself, in the right context, it's almost like an outer body experience.
I'd say that.
We were just discussing this with someone the other day, and we were with several people, and somebody said, you know, did you feel sexy in the moment? And they were like, no, not really. Like I'm kind of listening. I'm sort of following directions. I'm doing this stuff, and
I'm contorted in some weird way.
Well,
so.
and in both situations, you really, I think that is a misconception. You're thinking that you're going to come into this and you're going to just feel sexy every second of the session, and no, you're probably going to feel awkward sometimes. You're going to get over the awkwardness of what you're doing, but you're going to be in an awkward position where you're like, well, this isn't going to be sexy, and I love that. Because when you see those images, every single person that sits here, they're like, oh, holy shit. They sit right here, and they look at this TV that's off to my right, and they're like, oh, that didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I think we kind of equate it to a roller coaster. Well, I know we've said it multiple times, but when you book your session, you're so nervous. You're like, oh my God, what did I do? I just made the biggest mistake of my life. So you kind of drop down, and then you're like, no, this is great. I'm getting the prep guides. I'm getting the emails, the reminders. I feel good. I'm excited. It's all coming together. Day of your session, you're like back on that high. You walk up those stairs and you drop again because all those nerves hit you one more time, and you're walking up the stairs and you're like, oh, I can't do this. What am I going to do? But I feel stupid. I feel silly. Whatever. And then you sit in the hair and makeup, and we sit and we chat and we have a great conversation. Again, it's kind of like therapy right there. You talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then you see yourself in the mirror with the makeup, and you're like, oh my God, I'm beautiful. You're back up here. You're trying on outfits. You're like, I don't know if I can pull this one off. I tell you got it. During the session, those sexy, weird poses that are awkward, whatever. But then by the time you see your images, you're so high up here, feeling like you're on top of the world because you did that. You're brave. You're amazing. And that's that conquer part.
Yeah. Well, you're going to take that, and when you leave, you're going to be able to use that in the right way, right? I love that people go home, they think that, okay, well, I just feel good that day. No, that continues, because we get those messages 2, 3, 4 weeks out, a month, 2 months, whatever. I mean, we've gotten these constantly, right? And it's always like, hey, I can't stop looking at my images. It's like, we worked with you like 2 months ago. And they're like, I can't stop looking at them. I can't believe that's me. And so they will, it's like you're having that rough day. And I mean, like, it doesn't, just because you do this doesn't mean that your whole world is just, every problem is solved. But it's giving you the tools you need to conquer life, right? It's giving you that reminder that the person that is behind your eyes, that person that's actually existing in the world, that you did this thing that scared the hell out of you, right? This thing that you put yourself out there for, where you did something that was probably terrifying, more terrifying than just about anything, right? You put yourself in a vulnerable state in front of 2 people that you probably did not know before you walked in the studio. You embrace something that you probably hate about yourself to a level that you never thought you'd be comfortable enough to do. And I think that type of like vulnerability is often overlooked, because when you overcome that, that's like a superpower. It 1000% changes your entire perspective.
I know that's something we hear a lot is women, by the time the session is over, they're like, I never thought I could get naked in front of 2 strangers. Or, leading up to it's like, oh, I'm so nervous, I'm going to have 2 strangers look at my body and they're going to see all the things. And I'm like, girl, we've seen everything. With 900 people, 6 years, like, it's fine. You can't surprise me. You've had kids. I've had kids. You've had a C-section. Okay, well, I didn't, but still, I've seen the scars. I've had my boobs done. I've seen those scars too. Like, weight loss, transformations, up, down, hair color change. Like, we've seen it all.
Everybody's got the same insecurities.
Nobody talks about it, but we're all the same.
Right, yeah. I mean, we're all different, but all the same in the same ways,
but
right? Everybody kind of fears the same stuff, and, all those emotions that you feel, I can usually, depending on how far out you book, I can just about send a text message around the day that you're going to start feeling something. We just know, because that's a normal progression, because that's what most people feel, which is one of those things I try to tell people to overcome. Is I'm like, just trust us. Like, I got you. Just trust us. You're going, no matter what you think, all of well, they look like that, I can't, they're this, I'm not, or whatever. I promise you, you're going to leave and you go, oh, I did. I can,
You don't have to be 20, you don't have to be 60, you don't have to be.
You can be literally any age, and
it does not matter.
On that one, I really like, we've gotten a lot of the milestone birthdays recently too. That's another cool reason to see people booking sessions, because, no matter what that is, I think that it's important to sort of record where you are in life. We haven't been in business 10 years, so I haven't gotten anybody from a decade yet, which will be fun when we hit that here in just a couple years. But having somebody who, worked with us in the early days, it was one way, and then be able to record that 10 years later. But besides that, you get a lot of, they're turning 30, turning 40. I mean, literally every decade we get those. I mean, we shoot clients from 20 years old to clients in their late 70s, which we've worked with several clients in their 70s.
Yeah.
One of the things I hear a lot of our older clients say is, for one, they're like, I just wish I hadn't waited so long. They're like, I don't know what I was afraid of. They all they love this experience. They love doing something for themselves. Sometimes it's just, hey, this is just something I always wanted to do, and it took me until I was 53 to say, screw it. I'm doing this for me. And I love that, because they a lot of times don't realize the impact that it's going to have on them. And that just makes, like, my day every time.
Yeah.
But having them talk, they're like, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, when I was in my early 30s, like, I just wish that I had the forethought whatever the word is. I'm struggling here, but to be able,
foresight, I think, is the
I
correct
so.
term. But I'm right there. I know what you mean.
But to have said, look, I need to record myself at this point, right? Now, of course, this is a whole different thing now. Photography is not. We've advanced. Had you done this 25 years ago, it would look very different. You might never want to, maybe very Olin Mills-ish with the teased up hair and the pearls, which is definitely why I was not on board with doing this in the early days, because that's what I thought this was. But
no roses over here. I mean, I have a set of pearls, but it's not the kind of pearls you're thinking. So
we get a lot of anniversaries too right now, which has been fun as well. I like the anniversary thing. Anniversaries, weddings, wedding gifts. I mean, there's no better wedding gift. Let's just put that out there. There isn't. Nobody needs another damn wallet. Nobody needs anything monogrammed. Y'all, just trust me.
Dads don't want ties for Father's Day.
There you go. Well, like Father's Day's a good option.
Oh yeah.
See,
spice it up.
I should have. Yeah. See, I should have got photos for my Father's Day. Mm-hmm. See, can't. I'm just. Well, it's hard. It's hard because I'm
I'm not good at selfies.
That's okay. No, I was joking. I have all the best stuff.
Not yet, because one present still hasn't been delivered.
It happens. But coming into weddings, this is a fun one. This is something that you'll see me start talking about a lot more. We actually had a couple fairly recently, it's a few months ago, and they were a young couple, and it was so cool because this couple was, they were in their 20s, mid 20s.
The ones from April.
They were getting married, and they wanted to do a couple session, and I was just, this is the greatest idea. It was something that I hadn't really thought about, and then when I think on how we talk about couple sessions and what that does for your marriage, or what that just does for your just relationship in general, I was like, man, these two have it. Like that thing that where that they're gonna make it, they're gonna be fine.
They were so adorable.
Oh, they were
like
great.
That. I mean, they had the connection, the chemistry, all of it.
But it was, hey, we're doing this for us because it's like we want to be able to remember this later, right? Because you remembered that leading up to the wedding and all that stuff. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, and you will see us talk about that a lot more because that is something that I think that's an entire different genre right there that people really don't think about. But if you're getting married and you and your spouse are comfortable enough, come in and do a boudoir session with someone.
Even if you're not comfortable enough.
True.
I mean, honestly, if you both just think of it as a date night. Y'all go painting and one of you sucks at painting, but yet you still have fun. Or you go to a cooking class and one of you is allergic to onions and you're crying your eyes out. Whatever, it's still fun. Like, who says you have to be good at boudoir and you're awkward together? It's still fun. Like, it's a fun day together. Plus, you learn so much about each other. And
that is true. Look, until you've done a couple session, with your person. I mean, look, we've been together. We've done the couple selfies and stuff, but it was very different type of trust when we were in front of another photographer's camera, right? The first time that we ever did this was, I don't recommend it. The very first time we were ever in front of a camera together that was not my camera on selfie mode, we were hosting a workshop here that was for couples posing. We had 6 photographers. I think only the person hosting the workshop, the one that was teaching the workshop, actually knew what they were doing the best. We didn't see very many photos from anybody from that. But being together for the first time in front of all of these people, none of them.
I mean, that's one way to put yourself out there is have 6 people take a photo of you at once.
Yeah, you think it's fun trying to hold a pose in here. Wait till you have to wait for 6 different slow people to get their settings right,
They were learning.
Oh my gosh. And you're just sitting there holding and just trying.
Can't breathe.
Yeah.
Dying.
Talk about not feeling sexy. Whew. But again, I think that couples photography, that's one of those things for us that it's truly something that we get. Having been in front of multiple cameras, having been there and done that, knowing what that does to your relationship, the trust, and building that up. We're going to do a whole different episode.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, it's okay to be mom and dad. You can be the hot, but no, we'll make that a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, we'll do another one on that.
Yeah. Title it. Never mind.
But no, it is, like I said, it's a great wedding gift. It's something awesome. We get a lot of those. We have had a lot more recently. I think it's like the perfect luxury gift. We have these crazy, awesome albums that hold up.
Oh, beautiful. I mean,
they'll hold up over decades.
Maybe one day I'll do a podcast on just the albums or something. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be boring.
That would be boring.
Ooh.
I don't want to put y'all
This
through that.
is ours.
I'll do it live.
Yep. No,
I'll just make it a live on TikTok or something.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's no bad reason. You know, I think that people sometimes get in their head that, you know, to do something, to invest in yourself, you really have to have this long, crazy reason. We get women that are just, they're single, they just wanted to do something for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We get, you know, women that are married and there's no, they're like, look, I just wanted to do something for me.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. You can be single and do something for you. You can be married. You can whatever. There's never a right time for anything, too. I think that's something that I've had to learn in a lot of things and what we've done, you know, over the last 6-7 years now is just that there's no perfect time. Eventually, you just have to make the decision for yourself. Like, look, I want this. I want something. I'm going to work towards it, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to find a way to make it work.
Yep.
And, you know, I've had to do that in my personal life on several different things, and it's life-changing once you're able to do that. You know, I think for us, we just want people to realize that, you know, at the end of the day, when somebody says, you know, well, what's the type of person that does this? Everyone. We shoot teachers. Mm-hmm. We shoot attorneys. Mm-hmm. We've shot doctors, mm-hmm. surgeons. Mm-hmm. We've shot executives, CEOs. Can't tell you how many business owners.
But then, you know, I mean, you probably could say a job title and we've shot that person. Yeah. I mean, the bartenders,
mom.
Stay-at-home moms. I mean, your regular sales worker at some sales whatever job.
Shot fast food employees.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Shot lots of restaurant employees.
Yep. A lot of waitresses, a lot of healthcare nurses.
Yeah, I was about to say,
nurses and
dental hygienists.
Thank you, that one.
I know, I got you.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, whether they're, it don't matter.
Nothing matters, right?
Yeah.
Other than doing
just
something.
Do it.
Yeah, doing something that you want to do because you want to do it, right? Yeah. It all boils down to just having to overcome those own personal objections. But the truth is that most every person feels the same way that you do. When you look on our Instagram and you see these women, you know, these are just regular women. We're not paying them to come in. This is not. I don't work with a lot of models, I don't work with a lot of models. I've worked with a handful. We'll work with models occasionally at like a workshop, or in the one or two instances where I've said, hey, I really want to try something out. Let me just bring someone in who can pose, and I don't have to think.
We have a set. We don't need to worry about directing. We just need to create cool shit.
But at the end of the day, almost every single person that you see, no matter what they look like, what your perception of the person that you're looking at is, these are just regular women that eventually wanted to do something for themselves. And every single person that walked in the studio walked out feeling the same way. Yep. No matter how big that wall was that they had put up before they entered into this place. And I have people that have tried to tell themselves, like, I'm not going to do this well. I'm not going to do well. I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm just doing it.
They self-sabotage.
I mean, legitimately, and I know that sounds terrible, I have had that. And those people walk out of here feeling on cloud nine, right? They walk out of here feeling just like every other person. Yep. So, yeah. I think that's where we're gonna end it today.
I think that was a good why Boudoir.
I think it was about 30 minutes, a little bit longer. That's okay. I'm trying to keep them short.
I'm proud of you.
I know, I'm struggling.
Look, you're doing good. You're doing good.
I don't know about that, but we're working through it.
I'm telling myself I'm doing good, okay?
You're doing, look, I'm actually proud of you speaking. It's all good.
I messed up a few times.
Yeah, well, we do that. Neither of us are, you know, good at the speaking thing. So
no, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I did take a public speech class in college.
Did you say I thought you said a public speech class. So the irony that you're talking about a speech class and it didn't even...
I think it may have been like public speaking 101, but...
Well, I think everybody that's got a degree has to do that.
Yeah, it was required.
Yeah.
I think I got a C.
Well, this isn't really public speaking. It's not really the same. So,
but, yeah, all right.
Well, anyways, look, I appreciate everybody if you're still hanging out with us. We are working through some different ways to keep these posted. I've been trying to get these all on Instagram for right now. Videos have to stay under an hour, but I'm having issues uploading longer than 15 minutes.
which is why we're working on that 30-minute time limit.
Yeah, so I can keep it into 2 parts. However, this one's going to not be that. We'll figure it all out, though. The goal for us is putting ourselves out of our comfort zone and just forcing, to be able to.
If we can do it, y'all can do it.
It's a perfect way to end it. I'm just going to walk away.
You mean roll away?
Sure. Thank you.